Failure. It's a word we try to avoid, a feeling we fear, a reality we all experience at some point. But what if failure wasn't the end of your story? What if it was the fuel for your biggest breakthrough? Every success story you admire, every leader, athlete, creator, or innovator has a chapter filled with setbacks and disappointments. The difference isn't that they failed less than you. The difference is they refused to let failure be the last word. They learned how to turn setbacks into stepping stones, pain into purpose, and mistakes into momentum. It's easy to see someone's highlight reel and assume their journey was smooth. But behind every overnight success is 1,000 silent failures no one ever saw. Those failures were the secret training ground. Their heart got stronger, their mind sharper, their vision clearer. When you treat failure as your enemy, you stop growing. But when you make it your teacher, you open the door to levels of growth and opportunity you could never reach otherwise. Think about the first time you tried something new. Maybe you fell flat on your face. Maybe you embarrassed yourself in front of people you wanted to impress. But did you give up? Or did you get back up, dust yourself off, and try again? The truth is, the people who achieve extraordinary things aren't the ones who never fall. They're the ones who get up one more time than they fall. Resilience is a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger you become. Some of the world's greatest innovators and champions built their legacy on top of failures. Thomas Edison, when asked about his thousands of failed attempts at inventing the light bulb, famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Every failed experiment, every no, every door slammed in his face was a lesson that moved him closer to the answer. J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter manuscript was rejected by 12 publishers before one said yes. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't fit for television. The list goes on. What do all these people have in common? They didn't let failure define them. Instead, they asked, "What can I learn from this? How can this make me better?" That is the first secret of turning failure into fuel. Reflection, not rejection. When you stumble, don't just run away from the pain, sit with it. Write about it, talk about it. Let yourself feel the disappointment, then mine it for wisdom. Sometimes the lesson is about strategy, sometimes about timing, sometimes about character. Every lesson you learn becomes a building block for your next attempt. There's another truth you have to remember. You are not alone. Failure often feels isolating, as if you're the only one who didn't make it. But literally everyone faces their own struggles, insecurities, and hidden defeats. The difference is, some people use those failures as fuel to become wiser, braver, and more resilient. Others use them as excuses to stop trying. Which one will you be? The world needs more people willing to fail forward. People who show up again and again, not because they're guaranteed success, but because they know that every attempt, every setback is an investment in their growth. The greatest breakthroughs personally, professionally, spiritually often come just after the moment you wanted to quit most. So don't give up now. Learning how to use failure as fuel means shifting your mindset from "what will people think" to "what will I learn?" When you stop letting other people's opinions control your actions, you begin to own your journey. Failure loses its sting when it's just another step in your unique story. Try this. Next time something doesn't go as planned, ask yourself 3 questions. What went wrong? What can I do differently next time? And what did this reveal about my strengths? Maybe you discover you're more creative than you thought, or more determined than people gave you credit for. Maybe you realize that your passion burns brighter than your fear. Every failure is a mirror. Sometimes it reflects your weakness, but more often, it reveals an untapped strength. Of course, using failure as fuel doesn't mean ignoring your emotions. It's okay to feel disappointed, frustrated, or even angry. Give yourself time to feel, but don't get stuck there. Turn that energy into action. Use it to motivate your next move, to learn a new skill, to ask for advice, or to try a different approach. The most successful people aren't emotionless. They just know how to channel their feelings into momentum. Also, remember to surround yourself with people who encourage your growth, not just your comfort. Seek out mentors and friends who have failed, who are honest about their struggles, and who celebrate your effort more than your results. Find communities where failure is seen as a badge of courage, not a mark of shame. Finally, celebrate your failures as much as your wins. Each one is proof that you tried, that you cared enough to risk, and that you are still in the game. If you keep moving, keep learning, and keep showing up, failure becomes a stepping stone to something greater than you ever imagined. In the end, the way you respond to failure will shape your entire story. You can let it close the book on your dreams, or you can let it open a new chapter. You have the power to choose. Every time you bounce back, you build a reservoir of strength that no one can take from you. You inspire others, not because you're perfect, but because you're real, you're relentless, and you never give up. Let this be the moment you decide that failure will not define you. Instead, let it refine you. Let it teach you, strengthen you, and guide you toward the life you were born to live. You are not your mistakes. You are your resilience. You are not your past. You are your comeback. The world is waiting to see what you will do with your next chance. So whatever dream you're chasing, whether it's starting a business, changing careers, building better relationships, or simply becoming the best version of yourself, know this: the only true failure is giving up. Everything else is just a lesson on the way to greatness. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take action now. Turn your failures into fuel and bounce back stronger than ever.